Hello, everybody. Before we start this podcast, I have a quick clarification to make about this episode. You may see or hear in the podcast that we say it's episode 2, even though no episode 1 is available anywhere. It's because we lost episode 1 in the recording phase and we weren't able to get it back, so we just went on with episode 2. Thank you guys for being here and listening. We'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the DEEPtalks podcast. I'm here with my friends Leo Orchid or the King Pharaoh on Twitter and YouTube, and RobMix717 or Backfired on YouTube. And I am MonkI-MOJI on all platforms except for Twitter, which I am JMoji13. And this is episode 2 of the Don't Start part of the DEEPtalks podcast, like I already said. And today's topic will be games and game design, really. As an opening starter for me, I honestly don't feel like game designers they've been focusing on the wrong things when it comes to game design. I feel like they focus on having the graphics be too realistic rather than having the game be polished. And I'll explain myself in more detail, but let me see if you guys can get a take on this.
I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, because some games that realistic thing, it hits different. Some games it hits different. But of course, the games that actually the game was hot dude butter, yes, then that logic applies. I would say not all games. I'll say some games been coming out good.
Well, I never really said all games. Wait, Jalen, were you gonna say something?
Oh yeah. In my opinion, I feel like the realisticness suits some games and it just brings out that extra oomph to it. And I feel like developers still have good mechanics, but you're just looking at the bad and not the good, like Rainbow, For Honor, Watch Dogs, GTA.
And those are great games, and I don't count GTA in it, because the thing with GTA is that it's been pretty stagnant over the past few years, and Rainbow is a great example. The company that made Rainbow and For Honor, they have great mechanics, or they actually have mechanics that they've thought about in games, versus this linear storytelling feeling that some of these AAA hyper realistic graphic games fall themselves into. And I'm not saying I don't like high definition graphics, but I don't feel like they should be a higher priority over the game's actual quality. Yes, the graphics can help you feel immersed into the game, but the actual story, if a story's bogus, take an anime for example, if the animation's good but the story's trash, then it kind of ruins the show. You know what I'm saying?
If the animation was trash, you wouldn't even want to look at it in the first place.
Well, I'm not saying the animation's trash, but it can be decent and the show would be great, and I would still find it a great show. Just take some of the most iconic games of this decade, like Minecraft, Terraria, and all these games don't have great graphics. They just don't. And if you count RTX, then yes, but that's in recent years. And if you see that, why do all these games not have good graphics? Because they have great mechanics and great lore and great story behind the games that they make. And I found a great example of using good graphics, right, but not overly realistic graphics, and a great story and a great mechanics is Breath of the Wild. I've been recently playing the Breath of the Wild again with my friend, and I've just been amazed at how good the sound design is, which a lot of the AAA games, the sound design is a good portion, but it's not really when I hear the music in a game that's so tranquil and really atmospheric, like Minecraft or Legends of Zelda's, it makes me give a whole nother appreciation for the title, you know? But I don't really get that same feeling from any other big realistic game we get nowadays.
Example.
Excuse me?
Give me give me an example of like a game that has a lot of graphic design, but not a lot of storytelling or mechanics that are good.
Well, see, you're just gonna say I can't be using bad cards, but like Black World War II,
Okay, but that's one example.
no, okay, but they were branding their graphics like, oh, look at how cool our graphics are, but their story was trash. And take
I
Black
haven't
Ops,
seen the new Modern Warfare.
huh?
What about the new Modern Warfare though?
The Modern Warfare doesn't even have a story mode. Okay,
Yes.
the reason why, okay, and also another tangent, the reason why I like story modes is that it helps you really get a feel for what the game is offering you. Because in story mode you get to see like most of the guns and some of the mechanics that you will see in like the online modes. Am I right?
You know Modern
What are you
Warfare
saying?
has a story mode, right?
Wait, speak up, you're kind of muffled.
Yes, it does. Oh yeah.
It has a story mode.
Modern Warfare has a
Yes.
story mode?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I just feel like story modes, like they're
Like-
because like there's so
Like,
much
they're
stuff.
nice and all, but
Yeah. It's like if I really wanted to play the game, I'm playing it for the multiplayer. So people are playing COD for. Like some people like the multiplayer, or not multiplayer, but campaign. Oh my gosh,
The
campaign.
campaign.
Campaign. Shut up.
Campaign.
The campaign.
Okay. The campaign.
Let's be
oh,
real.
see what my client Jalen is trying to say. Campaign. See you say
Campaign.
Okay.
I don't see what's wrong.
Okay.
the campaign.
But like, let's be real. Like, would you play a game that only has a campaign versus a game that only has the multiplayer?
Campaign. But,
Yes, I genuinely would. That's why I played Spider-Man.
Yeah. See. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. In my opinion, Spider-Man was the only case where I would do that. Cause like Spider-Man, that was the only case I would do that. Unless they have another game like Spider-Man. That yeah.
Oh, and also
Because
God of War. Those are
God
two.
of War.
Yes, those are two beautifully
Yeah, but like
amazing.
I don't know, personally me, I would like if you wanna, I'll buy a game so I can continue playing it. See, God of War. I mean, okay, you can continue playing it by yourself or redo the story stuff or just explore around the map. I would assume I don't really know how that game works, but
It's similar
once
to
you finish
Spider-Man.
the story, once you finish the story, that's it. Other than just perfecting it, and then I mean, you can be a perfectionist. That's you can do that. But like, I buy a game so I can continue. I can do the story mode. Then when I'm done with that, multiplayer from there on. COD. That's what COD is.
I feel like that's a really like new idea because like if we take games like older games, right? They didn't really have like yes they had a campaign which was crucially important because they didn't really have a whole online system that they could rely on to really display how great the game is, right? So they really just put all their effort into the campaign. Yes, there was online, but again, it wasn't really fully fleshed out and developed as it would be in like later titles. And a lot of Nintendo games, right? They have this great replayability, even though, and also partially because the story isn't too complicated and the game isn't too long. But like those games, like once you beat it, you beat it. But like there's loads of other secrets and stuff, and also with these open world games, you have a lot more to explore of the world that you really haven't explored. And when the game's over, a lot more of the world has opened up to you, so you can explore more of it. And yes, I do feel like there's like a whole, like if I buy a game, I want to play it again. I don't want to buy this thing then never touch it again. But I still do feel like because if some games force an online system down your throat, then it really devalues from the whole like feeling of the game.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking of like, what do you mean when you say shove an online system down your throat?
Well, I'm saying like say take Spider-Man, right? Say if they try to shoehorn an online system into it, even though the game obviously really didn't need it, yeah, I feel like it would really, again, shoehorn it down when, and like say with the online system, it would obviously take up resources that could be used for other things, like other important things in the world in the game of Spider-Man. So I'm glad that the game doesn't have an online system, and I still do get enjoyment from playing it and just trying to 100% complete the game today.
But what do you do once that's done? What do
When
you
it's
do?
done, New
Just go
Game
back and
Plus.
explore?
New Game Plus. The thing is, with New Game Plus is that you get with Spider-Man in this case, you get to see every single like ability, or like you get all the costumes you've unlocked. Once you've 100% completed the game, you get to play the story mode over again. And it's just like, and like you're like level 99 and you're taking on like a level 1 boss. You know, it's just a bit satisfying to do it. And yes, after I'm done with that, I'm literally done with the game forever. But it's still something good I can just look back to, and maybe if I want to see how it is again, I can just pick it up and play it again.
The nostalgia factor.
How long will it take you to complete this campaign or story mode?
It'll take a long time because
Yeah,
I'm not
game.
trying to grind on it all the time.
Well, let's say you complete this just a casual playthrough. A month, 2 months, 3 months.
Oh, Spider-Man, maybe like a week.
Just a week for one campaign, and then I just feel like replayability and like longevity is more important unless you're making multiple titles like 2K does Call of Duty.
Do you,
But those games are a completely different topic by itself.
Jalen, get started on the 2K issue or the sports game? In fact,
In my honest opinion, like buying, okay, no, 2K, Madden, all those sports games.
FIFA,
I don't see FIFA. What else? Hockey.
NBL, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a golf, baseball. Hey, just all those. It makes no sense. No sense to just, because it is essentially the same game with tweaked features, just a little bit different. Like the biggest thing that Madden had that changed was the catching system.
Yeah.
Like once, like I think it was 2016 came out, you could hit different buttons for a different kind of catch, aggressive, casual, just run the route. And like I just feel like this is dumb, and like it's just taking advantage of your consumers because they have nothing else to do, because they want the updated rosters. And I just feel like really just taking advantage of the consumers and not really giving anything back but minor tweaks and changes.
I agree to that because, to be honest, most of it could just be done with an update.
Exactly.
But
Most of these stuff, like maybe after a while, these updates probably couldn't handle the system, so they'll release a new game that has a bunch of more updated features, and along with the updated roster. But no, they sell a whole new game for a few like new features. Like it's like EA, and it all comes from the same freaking company, EA.
yeah.
And EA has
EA.
been in recent years have been notorious for making really cash grabby games, like Star Wars Battlefront, how the whole loot box thing, and
Don't get me started with that.
exactly, and with the sports series for the longest time, they just been that's just been like their large cash cow. They've just been shaking every year to get more and more money out of it. And like people still get hyped, but I know a few people that said, "Oh, I just buy the new like NBA every 3 years." But like the thing with that is, who's gonna are those servers still up? I don't really know. I don't play sports games like that. I don't even watch sports like that.
It's only every 2 years they shut down servers.
Exactly.
Like,
So that means
Hey man,
oh my bad, you can go.
nah, you go.
Like that means if you want to even still play on the same servers, you can't pick up a Madden 16 and play online. You have to play casually with your friends. So like you have to actually wait buy every second game if you really want to stay playing online, if you enjoy that type of game. It's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
I mean, but like, it is unfortunate. Like, when's Madden 21 gonna come out? I mean, not Madden, NBA.
Sometime in September.
Ooh, shout out to September.
It's his mom's birthday, but anyway.
My birthday, my guy. Okay, I got you.
But anyway, like, me personally, I don't know. Like, I'm not a big sports game person in general. I mean, I can mess with them. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll bop anyone on Madden.
Okay, old man.
Don't get me wrong. But, I don't know. The last legitimate Madden I bought, or, okay, I forgot which one last Madden I bought. Okay, the last 2K, I have 2K14. The Miami Heat, LeBron. Yes, sir. That was the last 2K I had. I don't know, I just didn't really get into the buying it every year because, like, I'm patient. I could wait a year for a game till it gets on sale.
Boy, give me that free 99.
Like 2K20. I'm installing it right now. It's free for PlayStation Plus. All I had to do is wait a year. Like, I mean, like, that sounds like a lot, but like, for me, it's not.
I feel like you can still make a good profit because, like, look at Rainbow. It's a longevity game that they said they want to bring it on into 100 characters. So, I'm like, I just feel like
they update it constantly, and
honestly, and like, you don't get worn out of it because they're always introducing new things that just change the meta. I just feel like it's so much better than 2K that wants to grab your money every year, September wise. They know Christmas coming around.
And like, imagine that. Imagine if these big corporations, right? And I'm not talking about like small indie games, indie corporations. I'll get on that later, right? Imagine if like every time a new character came out, right, they released a new game, or every time a character came out, we have to buy the new character, or like play 1 million games to unlock them. You know how like fun and grindy that game would be, and how pay to winny it would feel. Like, the meta is just determined by how much you can pay to get a new character. Which it does not feel great.
It doesn't, because like there are some games like that are like, imagine like you got the first set of characters, then it's not even like one of those games that like characters are like super rare. It's like they have a bunch of characters and they continue to make characters. It's every one of those games that like characters it's either gonna be super grindy, or they're all DLCs, which the DLCs honestly make sense for like new character games in certain games. But I feel like in some they shouldn't be. You shouldn't need a DLC to get the character.
Yeah, like some games, like the character should come with the game. But also, I have some this has been bothering me for a while, right? The Nintendo Switch launch. This has been bugging me for a few years now, right? The Nintendo Switch launched with a few titles, right? But none of them in box. Like, when you bought the system, you didn't get a game with it, which we all thought 1-2 Switch was going to be like the title that will come with the Nintendo Switch to display all the features of it. But no, you had to buy that separately, which felt really weird, right? And then Smash Bros come out, right? And they have a full extensive roster of characters. Everyone that's been on Smash is back on there, and I think, oh, maybe you can buy maybe that would be you would buy Smash Bros with the thing. But no, I don't know, that's just been getting me lately. So yeah, and we're reaching 18 minutes, so we should probably wrap it around 20. So
Alright, Jalen, you have anything you want to say?
loot boxes. So let's talk about some loot boxes.
Oh my god, bro. I hate me some
What are
loot
your thoughts
boxes.
on loot boxes?
They're just glorified gambling, my guy. Like,
Indeed.
instead of using actual money sometimes, well, even when you are using actual money, like, you just, all the time you've spent into a game has been compressed down into one box or like a few boxes, and you're seeing how much, like, what random junk that you want. Loot boxes are just a way of giving you junk you don't want. It's just like, hey, you want the same common helmet for the 9th time? Don't worry, you can just sell them and get money for it, even though the money that you put into getting, like, it's just so greedy. You could feel it in the game. World War II.
You don't talk about bad games like that.
Oh my god.
We don't mention that here. Not here. Not in my house.
Like, do you want me to talk about some Growtopia real quick?
Okay, let's talk about indie games. Games made by indie companies. One of the games that I play like personally, is Brawlhalla. It's made by Blue Mammoth Games. It is a fighting game, which I do enjoy, and it's pretty decent. It has its flaws, but it is still a pretty good party game that you can get fun out of every now and then. And another good indie game that I have is called Don't Starve Together, and this is a game that all three of us have here. We all planned on buying it at the same time, which we did, and we'd say we had a lot of fun with it, right?
Yeah. We still have fun with it.
You still do. A lot of rage quits, a lot of angry moments, but
yeah,
it's a very challenging game, but it's still really fun, and we really do enjoy it. Any finishing thoughts? Because we're at 19 minutes right now.
I just think that, like, games developers just need to listen to the people, take what people want. Cause, like, I get it. You're a company, you need money, but, like, look at Fortnite. It is a prime example for giving the people what they want most of the times.
most
like,
of the time.
You might need a better example.
Ooh,
like,
okay.
take the Battle Pass for example. Like, it's a free version that you can get, and, like, the free version, it will allow you to get the paid version within, I don't know, 4 battle passes, because he gives you 200 VC, whatever it's called, I think. Video VC.
Vanderbucks.
Vanderbucks, yes. Oh, V-Bucks, yeah, that's what it's called. V-Bucks.
Well, you can tell it's been a while since we put that game.
It's been a while, oh whippersnapper.
I feel it just allows the player not to have to pay money just for cool cosmetics, even though it's a big corporation, they already have enough from all their other games.
Wait, what? You said enough money? Man, if you don't shut up. Like, what?
There's never enough money. But so you're saying that all games should have a battle pass?
Oh my god.
All games should have a battle pass. Is just something not loot boxes related, something that's not gambling. Like, I want to know what I get for my money worth.
Which I do value battle passes for that, because it's way better than loot boxes that you actually get to see what's happening. But it is getting kind of dragged down because all of these games are having it. But what do you think about, lastly, before we actually have to end this, what do you think about some games having in-game purchasable skins?
I find they're okay.
I feel like it's a good way to support the company.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to support your indie developing game, just buy skins. Just pay a bit of money on the game and just show your support. Well, but what do you think, Robert?
I agree with that. You say show your support like we got money out here. That's the funny part.
Bro, trust me, I got bank. But thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Deep Talks podcast. I am MonkI-MOJI, or JMoji13, and I'll see you later. How about you guys?
Peace out.
See y'all.
Arrivederci. Yeah.